Hey, what's up? I understand you're having some problem with the cluster for the mileage and the tire pressure monitor, but I promise you it works. I've had this in my car for over a year, so it's my third one. I change it. So don't mind my car. It's torn up right now because I'm changing the interior color, but he wanted me to help you figure out how to change the miles and stuff. I'm in New York, so it's kind of noisy right now. So basically, you just got to hit the back on your steering wheel. I have a different steering wheel, so I'm just going to explain it in English. You hit the back on your steering wheel and you scroll all the way to the last menu where it says car right there, where it says car, and you're going to select that by pressing OK, and then you're going to scroll down to where it says system settings. Like right there in system settings, make sure it's highlighted. Then you press OK, and then you scroll down to I'm gonna tell you the miles first. You scroll into factory settings, and then you enter 168. So the way you enter it is by pressing OK. So it's gonna be 0. Then you press left on your steering wheel. I mean right. To select the number, then you go 1, then you go right again, then you go here, you put 16, and you go right again, and then you put 8. I hope I have it correct, but 8, and then you go OK, and it says odometer settings right here. If you have a W221 like me, the fuel tank, this is the correct setting for the fuel tank. My phone is bugging out, but the correct is 181.82. Don't touch that. Leave that alone. The vehicle type should be 1299 S600. Don't touch that. Leave that alone. Now you're just gonna go select the odometer right here, and then you're gonna use the steering wheel the same way and punch your numbers in. So you select it right here, and then you do the same thing. You scroll left and right and press OK until you get the correct numbers. Then you put set. I'm not gonna mess with mine because mine is already locked into what my car is. Right, so that's for the odometer. Now for the tire pressure monitor, you're going to remain in this menu. You're going to go to factory settings again, right here. Oops. You go to factory settings, and then right here, the same number. You're going to punch in 0 to the left. I mean to the right. 169. So this one is 169. Once you have that correct, you go to OK. Now, I suggest you put the settings the same exact like mine. Don't try to mess with these settings because it's just going to make it, it doesn't work correctly. So I'm going to scroll slowly so you can see my settings. So you leave that like that. Just put everything the way I have it. That's the best way it works. At least that's how I see it works. Now for the tire pressure, which is the last one here, you want to make sure that's on. So that will show your tire pressure. Alright, so that's how you turn it on. If you don't want to see it, you turn it off. But he's telling me you want to see it on, so you turn that to on. The other settings, you just leave them the way I have them, and you should be okay. You should be pretty okay with the other settings. Just don't change a lot of stuff because it kind of let it like it doesn't work right because it's an all cluster. So don't mess with stuff that you don't need to mess with. You put the units in miles, you put fuel, and then you put what's the other stuff I was looking for? Just leave it like that. Just the way you see this menu, leave it like that. Now once you enable that, now my car was off for days because there's no seat, so I really can't drive the car, but I'm gonna show you what happens now. So once you do that, on you move your the buttons in the steering wheel from the left to the right, and you're gonna see like it selects this side right over here, which is the right one, and it says tire right there. Now mine is blank because the car wasn't driven, and I can't drive it right now, so there's no seat. But once you have it correctly, you could scroll up and down to change the side to the tire pressure monitor. It's going to show right there in that side. That's where you see it. if there's something wrong with the tires, it will show a message in the middle. But for now, if you want to see it all the time, you could just use, you're going to watch the green highlight, and then you're going to scroll up and down to change that to tire pressure or whatever. Right there. And then you drive the car around the block, and then once you pick up the tire pressure, it will display them. Now, all your sensors need to be working, because in a Mercedes, it's weird. Like, if one of the sensors doesn't work, the whole thing doesn't work. So just make sure all your sensors are working, and you should be okay. If you have any issues, you could tell him again, and he'll tell me, or if you want, I could just tell you directly or whatever. Tell him to tell me your number, and I'll tell you directly. But I mean, it works. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's a pretty cool device. I don't have no problem with mine. My radio is off right now because, like I said, the whole car is apart. I'm in the process of doing a color change. So other than that, you shouldn't have no problem with the cluster. I promise you. You shouldn't. All right. I hope the video helps.